Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I'm back for another Southern Charm NOLA review, y'all. This is the season finale to season 2. Before we get into my notes, I want to remind you guys that I have started a GoFundMe for BravoCon. BravoCon is basically like BeautyCon or Comic-Con, where there's like a convention-like atmosphere for you to meet the people from Bravo in the reality shows and, whoever else is around. Okay, so Alex and Chris and I, Alexander Rogers from Pop Roast and Chris are going, and they asked that I come with them and that we do things together as well as separately. So I started a GoFundMe to support that trip. I would appreciate you guys' support. A lot of people say that they don't, want to do GoFundMe because of how much they get taxed. I also have a PayPal and a Cash App and a Patreon account. Those things are down below. So help if you can, okay? No pressure. So let's start with the beginning of the episode. We're starting off where we left off with Robin still singing to Tamika and Barry in the cold on the beach. It's very beautiful though. Okay, after they're done dancing and kissing and enjoying each other's company, they go and rejoin the rest of the group, which is a little bit further down the beach, and they have like this whole bonfire thing happening. We're all cozy around a fire on a beautiful beach watching the sunset. It's gorge. It's gorge. And there's catered food. It's gorge. Okay, Rachel did such a great job. Did I say it? It's gorge, okay? I would have lived, okay? I would have lived. While they're all sitting there, before Barry and Tamika came over, John is asking Reagan about her pregnancy and when she's due. And then we notice how Jeff is sitting a couple of seats down from everyone. And it's very awkward. And he's trying to protect his mental and emotional health by acting as if Reagan is not even there. Okay, because she's entering into her second trimester, and I'm sure he's trying not to do the calculations in his head. Okay, and then John Moody says some crazy shit about how whenever you give a woman something, she makes something, bigger and better out of it. You give her sperm, she makes a person. You give her groceries, she makes you dinner. You give her your heart and she gives you, her body, whatever, like, whatever he was talking about, y'all, okay? I do want to say this, though, John Moody, my best friend is in love with you, and she's a lesbian. So you have some magic going on there, John Moody, and I would appreciate next time you have a party if I can get an invite, holler at me in the DMs so that me and my friend can come and she could possibly see you in person, and you'll just get the feeling of having someone be attracted to you who otherwise would not date you. Which is such an honor. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I would feel if I was him. I'm sure that's how he would feel. When Tamika does arrive with her bouquet, she hands it off to Reagan because Reagan is about to get married, and it only makes sense, okay? Robin is already married. Justin just told us that he ain't ready to marry Kelsey, so there ain't no point in giving it to her. Rachel is already married. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're the only one left, okay? But it was a sweet moment. It was a kiss on the cheek, and they're still sisters. That's what they're saying the entire episode until we get to the end. And we'll talk about that when we get to the end. So apparently, Jeff has a sister. And this episode, while Reagan and the rest of the group were, enjoying the wedding festivities, he decided to have his sister come in town for like 48 hours or so. And they just meet and talk. And she consoles him. And they, just get to know each other a little bit better because they do have different moms. And apparently, I can't say that enough. Apparently, Jeff's mom was not just a bitch to him, she was also a bitch to the sister. Okay, the sister's name is Marcy, I believe. Well, Marcy came first, and the mom kind of kicked Marcy out of the home, so she had to go and stay with her grandfather. She just didn't like the fact that he had a child with another woman, even though that happened either during their relationship or before. Like, I wasn't listening that closely, to be honest with you, but I heard enough to know that Jeff's mom is an asshole, and an asshole in the way that if you're that much of an asshole to your husband's kid, in some way, shape, or form, that same coldness is going to show itself in your own child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it is what it is, but that's a teller. And I am getting sick and tired of people marrying folks who don't love their kids. Like, that should be prerequisite. Like, I can't be with you if you won't love my kid, or at least attempt to love my kid. I can't be with somebody that's like tolerating my child every day, because then it's gonna start to show itself. You know what I mean? And I don't want my child feeling like it's us against him and there's no three going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, or there's no family going on. Okay? No. You know what I'm saying? No. I just feel like that's messed up. Jeff's mom is obviously a tool. And Jeff has investigated his mom, because y'all know she stole hundreds of thousands of dollars out of his accounts. And he investigated it, but he hasn't done anything, because he's like, what's the point? I'm not going to get anything from her. So he might as well just go ahead and keep his distance. But it's always made him feel like if he can't trust his mom, he can't trust anybody. So this connection with Marcy is kind of restoring him having a family life. And he hasn't really had that since the situation with his mom. And then, losing Reagan on top of that, he has no family like that. He has his friends, and they're considered family, but it's not the same thing as your blood. But they enjoy each other's company, and they go to the Rouses. Okay, it looked like a Rouses. It could have been a Robert's, okay, or a Bromart, who knows. But the wine section looked nice. And they even had spirits. And everybody knows that Reagan's family invented a drink and, got the spirits and, the bitters, not the spirits, the bitters. Like, spirits are all of the drinks, but bitters, except for wine. I don't think they consider wine a spirit. Either way, all of Reagan's granddaddy's bitters were on display. And it was like he couldn't escape her. She's everywhere. She's at my grocery store. There's an old white man on the bottle. Just ignore it. You're not going to buy the bitters? Then what are we looking over at the bitters for? Justin talks to a therapist. And at this point, Justin, are you gay and you don't want to admit it? Like, I hate to put that out there like that. That's not my favorite thing to do. But at this point, I'm going to need to understand why the man, that had a 2-parent household doesn't want to settle down for real with a woman that he's living with. Why aren't you ready for marriage? Why are you scared? Like, we're talking about it, and we're constantly talking about it, but Justin's not really saying anything. He's not saying anything on camera. He's not saying anything to Kelsey. Like, nothing is actually being said, but we keep having this same scene over and over again where he expresses how apprehensive he is and how he's not ready to get married, and how, Kelsey is really pushing him to hurry up and make a decision. And his therapist tells him, at the end of the day, if you're not going to go in this 100%, then you wasting her time and your own, because it's only going to end in divorce. Okay, it's only going to end in divorce. And a lot of people have been speculating that maybe he might be gay and he just doesn't want to admit it to himself, or he doesn't know. And I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. If somebody does know, DM me. But whatever the issue is, he needs to let Kelsey ass go. Okay? Let her go. Because you're just wasting her time. And this is her good childbearing year. So if y'all are not even that engaged yet, y'all are definitely not about to have a baby. Y'all don't seem like the type of people to just have a baby even though we're not married. Like, neither one of them. And it seems to me that Kelsey is just like myself, probably somebody that is steadfast on their birth control until, a decision has been made for, them to have a child. And they won't get there if they not get married. And how old is Kelsey? She got to be in her 30s. So it's just, whew, I don't know what's going on. Barry and Tamika are spending some time, after work with the kids. And the daughter, Raina, has a really good report card. And we got to talk about how Tamika is so hard on the kids. And I just kind of feel like there's always that one parent. And you need somebody to be, make sure that you're on what you're supposed to be on. You need somebody to be hard on the kids. You can't always be soft on these fucking kids, man. Okay? But there's always, the good cop, bad cop routine in parenting. And hopefully that switches up from time to time. Okay? Because I think it's unfair when you make one parent the bad guy all the time. You know what I'm saying? But some people are just like, I'm a bad parent. I'm good with that. Get the fuck out my face. But that's how my daddy was. Okay. I take care of you. You don't take care of me. Okay? That was like the main thing. Like, let me remind you. I take care of you. You don't take care of me. Okay? Main reminder. All right? That's why I tell people all the time, stop letting y'all kids run shit. You take care of them. They don't take care of you. All right? But the older son, Hunter, comes downstairs because obviously someone said, we're taping, come downstairs. But they edited it out. And then the daughter gives like a report card on how, you know, Barry and Tamika are doing as parents. And that was all cute and everything. That was really cute. And I would have never have thought to do some shit like that. Would never have thought, you know, that I could grade my parents on their parenting. Like, just never thought about it. But they're cute. And Tamika's able to be home with her kids, and she's not on the morning show anymore, and that's what's most important. Child, when you can get some sleep. When you can get some sleep. Your life, okay? I'm telling y'all, I was on the morning show for like 2 years. Meaning I was going to work at 3 a.m. every morning. And sometimes I wouldn't get off until maybe 1 p.m. Sometimes even later than that, depending on what happened. Because when Steve Scalise got shot, I can't even tell you what time I got off from work that day. I just know I was tired. Okay, but I went in at 3 a.m., okay? So when you finally get off that shift, like the sleep, being asleep when the sun is not up is amazing. Because having to go to sleep at 6 p.m. where your house hasn't cooled all the way down yet because it's still hot as hell outside is not the business. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all that right now. It's hard to sleep when it's hot like that. You got to take a sleeping pill. Because otherwise, you ain't going to never get on a schedule to be sitting up there going to sleep at 6 o'clock so you can get up at 3 a.m. I mean, get up at 2 a.m. to be at work at 3 a.m. Or 1:30 if you're trying to be cute, but not me. 2. Shower right before it. So Reagan and Reese are planning to do a gender reveal in their wedding cake. And they're planning their wedding and just getting the last minute seating arrangements and such things together. And the question is asked if Tamika is going to walk. And Reagan still isn't 100% sure. But because they had such a good time in Destin, she goes ahead and says, yeah, go ahead and put Tamika in. Okay? But we still don't know. We still don't know. Reese's whole family is beefed out. So that's interesting. We'll see how that goes. So y'all, it's time for the wedding, okay? And both of them are going over their vows, and it's a bit stressful. Like, they're writing articles and long form poetry about one another. And I just kind of like, I mean, we went with the traditional route, and that's only because Lyric don't know what to say. And I just would have, you know what I'm saying? He do, but he don't. Like, when he proposed, I felt like that was the most this motherfucker's ever said to me. And it's like I was like, let's just go regular to, you know, keep the stress down. It's not that big of a deal. We say nice shit to each other all the time. We didn't need to like write a soliloquy for the wedding vows. But I respect people who still want to do that. That's awesome. Like, I would have wanted to, but it wasn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying? When we renew the vows, maybe we'll, you know, actually write stuff for one another. But they were like kind of stressed out about it. And he was reading it to his friends, and it was like, every human being goes through a phase. Like, it was just like, what is happening here? It was just, it sounded very scientific. I'm gonna say that. But then, you know, it started to get warm at the end, and it was very nice. And here's the thing. I don't know when someone was screaming out, don't marry him, but we didn't hear that in the show. I don't recall hearing that during the actual scene, but they kept playing it in a trailer or in the previews, and I was just like, what was that? Like, did somebody yell that out in jest? I mean, because there are always drunk people on the streets in the French Quarter that want to fuck up a moment and be funny, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't remember seeing it during the wedding. Tamika actually did end up coming through for the wedding, and they did some superstitious shit where she lays down on the ground and they kind of, you know, dangle a necklace on top of her belly. I don't know what that was supposed to do. I heard about every other wives' tale that Tamika talked about: sweeping on your feet, throwing salt over your shoulder. Like, I heard of all of those things, okay? You don't split the pole, you don't step on the crack, like all kind of shit. Like, yes, in New Orleans, we are so infamous for that shit. Yes, 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 yes. But whatever they were doing right then, bitch, I did not know. I was like, oh, not in my family, girl. I didn't know about that. Well, maybe they did it when I wasn't around. So, Judge Kern Reese, all right, who gave me my first job, y'all. Yes, Judge Kern Reese gave me my first job. Him and my daddy was friends. But he officiated the wedding. And, you know, there were 99 bridesmaids. I don't know why they needed Tamika to be there. Tamika was sitting in the back row. She didn't sit on the front row with the rest of the bridesmaids. And I was like, what is happening here? But, you know, whatever. I think she was, like, you know, sitting real close to Barry or something like that. And it was, like, right behind the rest of the bridesmaids. So I guess it wasn't a big deal. But no one objected, so that was a good sign. Like I said, I didn't hear anybody object, even though they kept playing someone screaming, "Don't marry him," in the background during the preview. Justin is in the seats talking about he tearing up, and Kelsey turns around like, you better not be fucking tearing up. Like she didn't. But I was looking at him like, tearing up. You know, he said he had something in his eye. But you know, when somebody says they got something in their eye at a wedding, when somebody's doing, you know, vows, they're usually tearing up, okay? Now, I don't know what was going on with him in that moment, but I was just looking at him like, next, okay? Because like, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear a peep. Okay, during this ceremony, because you don't know what you want to do with your old lady, yet you got her living in the house with you and y'all old. Like, I don't even know what else what else to say about Justin in this situation until somebody gives me further information. Okay, so like I told y'all, they went through the vows, and Reese is having a hard time reading the article that he wrote. But you know, after that's all done, they have a very beautiful reception, and Kern mentions to Justin that he wants grandkids eventually. He would love to, you know, be a part of that. Like, just throwing a hint out there, I ain't getting no younger, okay? And Kelsey tells everyone about the engagement deadline, and Justin is just sitting there, and even though they had set on 6 months, he then says about 7 months. And Tamika says that 2 weeks ago she talked to Justin, and Justin was saying he wasn't ready to get married. So why are you stringing Kelsey along? And now I feel like Tamika is starting to get upset with Justin because he's telling Kelsey something different than what he's telling everybody else. And that is messed up. John Moody pipes up and says that Kelsey don't need a ring to know this man love her. And everybody's like, but a little commitment would be nice. Okay, it's not even about the ring. This is about the commitment that he's afraid to make. Not about the ring that he can obviously afford to buy. But anyway, everyone is enjoying themselves, and John is trying to remember Reagan being happy. Doesn't mean that Jeff is somewhere crying. So, you know, everybody's just trying to deal and balance their emotions. Then they cut the cake, and it's a girl, and Tamika and Reese dance, and it's really cute because Reese can dance better than Jeff, and they kind of tore it down, and he was like spinning her and tipping her, and it was like, all right, Reese, yes, like we live for a good party moment, and that was a good party moment. Okay, there's nothing like a good wedding reception, bitch. Like, I'm just trying to let you know, free food, free alcohol, and a good DJ, and I look good, girl, look. So months later, okay, we see Jeff having Tamika over because he's packing up their Covington home that he and Reagan were living in. He's selling all the furniture, and she still has her wedding dress from their wedding in the closet. And Tamika is like, oh my God, like, what are you going to do with it? Because apparently now Tamika and Barry are best friends. She's best friends with her ex-best friend's ex-husband. Word. And so now you and Reagan aren't friends? When did this happen? When she told you that she didn't want you in the delivery room? Like, when did this happen? Let us know. Okay, let us know what's going on here, Tamika. Okay, girl, DM me. What's happening here? Like, I really need to see if we could, like, do a live or something for the channel, because I really need to understand, like, what is happening. Like, we just gonna hop, skip, and jump. Reagan then had the baby, had a little girl, and now you and Jeff are BFFs and in confessionals together? Girl, hit me up. Please, let's talk. What happened here? All right, y'all. That was Southern Charm New Orleans. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'll see y'all in the next one.